Hello, guys. Today, I was hoping to share with you my collection of journals. Journals are something that I enjoy a lot, but I have a very bad habit of not utilizing them perhaps as much as I should. I have several journals to show you. And hopefully you will enjoy them as much as I do. This first journal was given to me as a gift when I transitioned from my previous job. My boss at that job was a very nice woman who gave me a little gift basket as I was to be departing, which I just thought was incredibly sweet and unnecessary, but I still appreciated it. So this journal says, amazing things can happen as you can see. It has a holographic cover. It is very shiny. Inside, I have been using it a lot for taking notes and also for writing on some of my stories while I am at work. The inside is pretty plain in terms of the paper, but I filled this one up pretty well actually. And the lines are nicely spaced. I'm going to make a slight adjustment. Hopefully this will be better. There we go. Many pages of this one have been filled up. I think that it's very satisfying to see a notebook or a journal that has gotten a good amount of use. There's still a good amount of space to use. This is a journal that I've had for a while that I haven't really used a lot. Its cover is suede, so it is soft and kind of fuzzy. It has a quote embossed on the front. It says, "The need to write comes from the need to make sense of one's life and discover one's usefulness." John Cheever. The little contents of this notebook are a little more personal, but as you can see, the lines are plentiful. It has a very soft shh in its page turning. The pages are a nice neutral off-white color. The thing that I like about this one the most is the texture of the cover, though. The suede is a very pleasant sensation. It makes a very soft noise in its tapping. Let's see what else we've got here. This journal is actually one that I had lost for quite a while and was actively seeking out and could not find. But I've recently done a bit of spring cleaning and it has been recovered. I always thought that the birds on this cover looked as though they were having a conversation. And in fact, I wrote a small dialogue about them back in 2012. It says, "So we have been sitting, that is, perching here for a good long while," says Calcifer, "and nary a thing has been written." "Indeed," says Teleus, "we seem to be a bit lacking in the purpose department, or perhaps in interest." "And true," reasons Calcifer, "it would seem our current purpose is exposition." "Quite," agrees Teleus. This is a very pretty journal. It has some birds, Calcifer and Teleos, presumably. It has some cages. It has this ornate pattern along the magnetic latch. It has these orchids. You'll have to forgive my chair. It is quite squeaky and rude. As you can see, the magnetic latch opens quite smoothly, and the interior on the base inside is also quite ornate. I am covering up my contact information, which I had not realized was in there. And it also has these lovely fellows pictured on the inside as well. Each page is a light blue color with an ornate border. It has cages and birds and orchids and the same pattern that is along the seam here is very faintly visible on the pages. It's a very sturdy notebook. It has a very crisp page turn. Yes, I shall have to use this one more often. This journal is sort of dirty and quite worn. It is simply a flower journal that has been previously used as backing for writing things, and you can tell this because it has pencil lines all over the front cover. The insides are green. And they have a flowery pattern as well. The pages turn quite easily, though it does seem as though the back cover is becoming detached. This boy may need to retire. This is a journal that I have actually shown before on this channel. It is currently probably my favorite. It depicts the Eiffel Tower, and it mentions several things from France and Paris. Paris, France specifically, you understand what I'm saying. And it has this lovely golden script across the front. And it has these little modes of transportation displayed at the bottom. And what I like about this one is that each page, at least for a few different pages, has a slightly different design on the inside. We have this salmon colored design with the Eiffel Tower and a fleur-de-lis here in the corner, if you can see that. And then we have this sort of tan and green design with some stamps and another fleur-de-lis. Then we have this green design with another Parisian monument surrounded by flowers. And on the insides of these pages, they actually do have additional designs faintly visible on the inside paper as well. And then the last one is a more subtle blue design with a very faint Eiffel Tower, a couple of stamps, and a postcard in the corner. This is the one that I'm mostly utilizing as an actual journal at the moment. Or, yeah, I mean, I guess journal would still be applicable. It's essentially my diary right now, though I have not written in it since golly. Okay, so my last entry in here that is even slightly indicative of a date is from back at Christmas time. And so many things have happened since then, and it needs to be updated. A few more. This is one that I have not utilized yet. It's new. It says, "Hello, gorgeous." It has these very nice green and teal and blue leaves in the background. I'm not sure if this design was created digitally or if it had a physical medium. It almost looks like gouache, which, if you don't know what gouache is, it's sort of like a medium point between acrylic and watercolor. It's very hard to work with. But this is a very pretty design, and I'm happy to have it. And like many of the journals, it also comes with a place marker in this lovely green, which is quite folded right now. It just has some very plain white pages inside, ready to be scrivened upon. And on the very inside cover, you have a dark blue background with a very complex, almost chlorophyll-like green pattern over top of it. Overall, this journal has a very fresh look to it, and I am excited to use it. I'm not actually 100% sure what I'm going to be utilizing it for, but I am the type of person who makes a million lists for any given thing on any given day, so it will probably be lists. This one is also a new one that I haven't gotten to use yet, but I'm very excited. This is a mermaid-themed journal, quite hardcover, with a very pretty design. so you see all of it. It has this lovely mermaid here with several fishy friends all about. And there are lines of gold that are embossed into the cover. Not real gold, obviously, but there's sort of a gold pop in certain areas of the cover here. And so it is textured. A lot of the design here is embossed into the page, and so you can feel where this kelp is rising out of the coral here, and you can feel the texture of the mermaid's tail. And the back is just the same. Another look at that. It's very solid. Its place marker is this turquoise band here, and I appreciate having these. That way, if you don't, like if you have your book rather stuffed down in a bag or something, you don't have to worry about it coming open and the pages getting wrinkled. The very interior of the journal has gold colored paper on the very inside. Oh no, I actually have written something in this. Ah, I forgot. Okay, so I actually have written some ideas for books that I'm going to be writing in the near future. One of them is about a dullahan, which is sort of like an Irish headless horseman, and is very much associated with the Celtic, Celtic, whichever, god of death. Although there are several, actually. But I'm excited to write that one. And so I think I may continue to use this one to write novel ideas. It has this nice off-white, just very subtle color to the pages. The lines are just very, very, very faint. I'm also the type of person who has to have lines, though, so I'm happy to have them. Give you one more look at this boy. We've got one more. This is a big journal, and it is very pretty. I believe it's called The Spirit of Wind. Spirit of Flight. Ah, okay. It is from a fantasy artist named Josephine Wall. It says, the force that powers movement of wind and air. The spirit of flight is personified as a luminous goddess surrounded by dynamic elements from nature. Josephine Wall, whose paintings are well loved the world over, paints in her cottage studio in Dorset, England. Her passion for nature and myth resonate in her intricately detailed artwork that weaves together the romantic and the surreal. So it has the sort of smaller, full scope of the picture on the back here. And much like the Mermaid Journal, it is also embossed, so you can feel where all of the leaves and the small butterflies are at the bottom of the picture. And you can feel the feathers coming off of the spirit's hair and the wings of the bird at the top. And it does also have these small gold accents. And on the front you have the very vivid close-up. I'm a big fan of things that have a million colors in them. So this was right up my alley. It's also bigger than your usual journal. It's like wider for comparison. Here's the mermaid one, lined up corner to corner. It's a big boy. As you can see, it has those butterflies down here. And some little fairy spirits hiding here and there. I know there's more than one. They're hiding. There's more than one, but here's another. And you have a plethora of feathers swept back in her hair, and her ear has a wing. She's got an air wing. And she is Ginger. Splendid. Okay, and we have, I think, it's either an eagle or a hawk up here at the top. And you see these sort of amorphous shapes meant to represent the flurry of wind, and there's something that looks like water over here. And there's these sort of aurora borealis shapes that are coming off of her body as her dress. And she is green. The very inside of the journal is a dark purple. And like the other journal, it also has very light lines in it. And there's been quite a lot written in here. And a lot of it has been stories or plans for stories. Or small, like, artworks that are not very good. That's all you see of that. I am ashamed. But a lot has been written because it is a very lively journal. I do wish that the lines were a little bit closer together. I prefer to fit quite a lot in when I'm trying to utilize a journal. I don't like all this extra space and having to doodle in it. I enjoy doodling, but there is such a thing as too much doodling. Well, I do hope that you have enjoyed seeing these journals. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content of a similar nature. Until next time.